What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Cousin Cecil Show. I'm your host, Cousin Cecil, a.k.a. Mike Fowler. Coming at you pretty close to the end of the road of... I'm going to put you guys behind the veil. I'm doing this podcast at 9 o'clock and 9:51 Sunday night. So maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours before the Cousin Cecil Show goes live for everybody. So yeah, just been a busy day. Nothing bad. We actually had just my son had his cousins over, which was really good for him to have. So yeah, just more like me be procrastinating and like to be fast and loose with this shit. But yeah, how you guys doing this week? I've been doing pretty well. Nothing really that much on what I've been playing this week, but I did do, which is going to be part of a little bit of the story of this week, was I did get to play the Resident Evil Village Maiden demo. And all I can say is it was okay. It was more which at the end of you finish the demo, which the demo's only like 35 minutes, maybe. Also, that's me. I don't think I rushed it. I was looking at notes, reading little stuff, but it is just a tech demo, like the biggest of tech demos. Like there was not even no fighting. There was only 2 jump scares, and the 2 jump scares are right at the end. But it looks gorgeous. I'm a big fan of the RE engine, like the one that they've been running, the Resident Evil 2 Remake 3, and then 7, Biohazard, and then now Village. So I've already been a big fan of it. I really wish I got into Biohazard, number 7. 2 is my favorite. 2's a remake is awesome. I still have 3 on the back burner to play. But it's been good. And then just honestly, it's just been Fortnite. I'm in a little slump of playing games, even though I have games to play. I don't know if it's because the hard drive space and all that little rigmaroles of shuffling shit around. But for Fortnite, I'm at level 96 or 97. Almost to 100, so I have Grogu as my back bling. And then I feel probably pretty more at ease of playing the game. Because I will admit, the best time to play Fortnite is on Wednesdays when they refresh your quests. So you can get like the 22 XP ones or like the multi-step legend. I don't want to call them legendary, but those like purple quests. That's always a fun little doodad to do. But yeah, that was basically it for me but let's get into some of the stories of this week. And like I was just said, on I think the 21st, Resident Evil had a little 30-minute showcase about Resident Evil Village, and they also unveiled there is going to be a multiplayer included with the Village that's kind of a homage and like a salute to all Resident Evils. And let me look it up. All right, I did a quick check on what I was going to be talking about. So the showcase, like I said, was like 30 minutes long. We got to see gameplay of Village for like they call it world premiere. It looks beautiful, like I was saying in the demo. And then they also announced like the merchant from RE4. I think they're trying to hint at is now there. It's going to be called the Duke. And it looks like he does more than merchanting. I think it looks like you can upgrade weapons with the guy and all that stuff. So that's pretty neat. They also showed more of the antagonist. That's the bad person. Because everyone on the internet, on Twitter, and in general are really hoping that tall lady from it, I don't even want to hash up the name. But it starts with a D, but everybody wants her to sit on their face until they tap out, which is whatever. You also see like either her daughter, which by far is the more prettier one, but it's really awkward to have these really cute looking villains and they're like makes you feel weird under your belt. But it was it seemed interesting. One thing also, like, this is my, not like that. I was wearing headphones during the Maiden demo. Back to that thing. The one freaky spot was, because I didn't know what I was getting into. And then right at the end, right when you get, like, quote unquote chased to get to the end, and then to find out you're going to die anyway. You just work on, trying to get from one room down the stairs to another room. And you have to go back upstairs to find a key. And there was a moment in time I saw somebody walking through the stairwell. I'm like, oh shit. And I tried to hide, which I think that's normal. But then on the after I get the final key to get downstairs, in my headphones I hear, I'm watching you. like do all that shit. And then you meet the daughter. And she, like, takes a bite out of you, because apparently RE Village involves some more supernatural things besides an infection. Like, there's, like, a vampiric type of villains, which is like, whoa, what's going on? And then I think I've seen some kind of, like, even the logo. The logo has, like, a wolf on it. So there's, like, is there werewolves involved in this shit too? So I'm really intrigued into the our Village story once ever it gets more out there. I know it involves still Ethan and stuff, but yeah, we saw that. And then they also showed, because they were kind of hinting at it during the Tokyo Game Show, because of the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil. I'll do the little one first. Like, they announced that the Division 2 is going to get some costume DLC for your characters of RE, like, you'd be look like Stars, or like the Raccoon City Police. So, I mean, that's a cool little snippet. But the big thing is that they are making this thing called RE-verse, which is going to be free for Village owners. And it kind of looks like I don't want to call it deathmatch, because I have no idea by the little 50-second trailer. But to me, it looks like it's like just a simple death match with people, and then if you die, you become another character, like more like, because what they showed, Claire shoots Leon with like a grenade. Leon falls, dies, and he molds into looking like Nemesis. And then they also show, like, that some people can be the old man from RE7, where he's like that indestructible guy. That's some crazy shit too. So that's always interesting to see. I'm glad they're being smart in the sense they're saying it's free, because they did do Resistance on the RE3 remakes disc. I wonder if it's still being alive, or you get any games going on. But looking forward to all that. They also showed all, like, the collector's editions, the deluxe editions, all that shit. Like, hey, come pre-order now, blah, blah, blah. But I am excited, and they also announced it's coming out May 21st. Without me looking it up again, I believe it was May 21st. Maybe May 7th, I can't remember. But it's going to be in May. So that's really cool to hear. And they also did confirm they are having it go on next-gen consoles, PS5, Xbox Series X. But it's also coming to the PS4 and Xbox One and 2 also. So that's... they were hinting at it, so that means they probably already had it done. So, I mean, it's cool, everybody, like, for Capcom themselves to get enough people anywhere. There's no excuses for them not to sell well or something, hear or say, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's really cool for that thing I'm looking forward to coming out in May. I need to play 7. We'll see how that goes, because I'm not that good at the first person scariness. Outlast I couldn't handle, because I get scared. I'm like, ugh. But we'll see. 2 other quick notes while I'm looking for bigger news is, apparently there is a Knights of the Old Republic game coming, or it's in the works, but it also is a major rumor that it is being involved without EA and BioWare. So that's pretty big news for that idea, because that was like To be honest, I'm saying it more because gamers, they kept Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 on a mantle to keep BioWare's name always in good aspects. So it's kind of crazy to hear that they're like, it might not happen. So it kind of, man, is BioWare being that rough now lately? So that kind of stinks. And then also one, because I didn't want to bring it up because they reversed it so quick. But Xbox tried to double the price of their Xbox Live Gold. Not Game Pass. Just the Xbox Live Gold. There were cards being sent out. Like, people are finding it on Twitter and Reddit and all that shit. Like a GameStop had a card that said 6 months of Xbox Live Gold for $60. That's the price of a whole year now. They were going to try to double it to be $60 for 6 months, which is clearly got outcries and backlash for it. And they were so quickly the next day they said, nope, sorry, never mind. We ain't going to do it. Oh, sorry. And they also rushed the thing that we've already discussed it on the Cousin Cecil show. They also confirmed now that free-to-play games on the Xbox family, it doesn't need Xbox Live to play. But that's more sad if anyone, at least, please, can we hold them accountable for that? I've been talking on it on this podcast thinking they already did it. I didn't know they were just waiting till like Halo Infinite to when they were going to do free to play anyway. So I'm more glad now, just so that it can be said, Xbox players can play like Fortnite or Apex without paying $60, even a year period, to play it on there now. That's good that they finally got that out of the way, because PlayStation's been doing that since they've required PS Plus for online. They've been always had free to play, still free to play. And speaking of free to play, because that's how quick that was, the story, whatever, if they would have held that, if they were going to hold that idea of change, we would be having 20 minutes, and then what we usually do, we'd be still curb stomping Xbox into the ground for what they're doing, some shitty things. But at the same time, I want you guys to remember this, keep this in your little cap. Because if you think, so that's a good point. If Xbox Gold was going to go up, inevitably Game Pass is going to go up. And if everybody right now says it's just the best value in town, you guarantee they're going to ask you for maybe $10 more. I bet I could see it go down up to $25 a month. Maybe with some year bundles that are, balances it out. But that's another topic once it gets confirmed. Good on Xbox to backtrack their dumb ideas. But back to free-to-play. I see that Genshin Impact is coming to 1.3 update. And it's going to come with like this idea, like a little event. You can get like a 4-star Lilu, which is a character in the game. Duh. But the idea of a 4-star rating of her. And they've been just pumping away free updates for that free-to-play game that has been making money for them. I'm just glad to hear it that it's still clearly making some money, so then they keep on working on it. And granted, it is a Chinese studio, so they probably have nothing else, like in the sense of like, this is our baby, we're going to just keep rocking it until it runs dry. So it's good to hear that. But yeah, more quick news, because obviously this is how I roll. Valve has kind of also confirmed they're working on making more games. Granted, obviously you know how they had last year Half-Life Alyx come out. So they actually are confirming they're still trying to make some more games coming out down the pipeline. Nothing really confirmed yet, so that's cool to hear. Also, Sony Santa Monica has a unannounced game in the pipeline, too, but they're looking for art directors for it. So people are trying to guess what there's going to be the next game or what not, which I have no idea. I'm not a person to try to speculate that kind of ideas. I mean, just to highly doubt it. Because, like, also, for some reason this week, they also had some weird news about, like, Neil Druckmann also was talking about if he could do a Marvel video game, he would love to do, like, a game about Ghost Rider or Punisher, which would be very interesting if they ever got the IP, but I don't know if that ever would come to realizations. But also more for a kind of a poopier business-wise story, Vicarious Visions apparently has just merged with Blizzard themselves under the Activision umbrella, but now Vicarious Visions are just Blizzard, and now they are working on Blizzard games and also rumored to be the ones helping push the Diablo 2 remake faster. Kind of stinks. I thought they did really well on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remastered, and I can't remember which one they do it. Were Vicarious Visions the ones who did Spyro, or were they the ones that did the Crash Team Racing? But again, I mean, no one got laid off, so I mean, it is what it is. But it does stink to see that something gets engulfed into a thing that you're. I thought they were trying to do their own little thing, which was doing pretty well, but I guess not. Oh, and then I guess also I forgot for another Resident Evil story. Apparently, the rumors of Resident Evil 4 remake is true, but it is now going back under the main Capcom umbrella of studio. I think, I don't want to say Take-Three, but one of those type of company, side studios was working on it, but now it's being brought into the main studio to do a little bit of an overhaul on it. I don't know. I guess I'm assuming they just didn't like what they saw, or maybe they just need to put a little bit more finishing polish on it to get that little Resident Evil pizzazz onto it. But yeah, that's one other thing. And then also, for quick off Fortnite news, I forgot to say, the Terminator, the T-800 model, and Sarah Connor as some of the skins you could buy for Fortnite because of these bounty hunters. And I got them because I think they're pretty cool. And also, they also finally got out the Predator skin. So I have that one also. And that was a pretty fun thing. It made, the Predator came out, or his NPC character you had to fight on the map, went into this caged little jungle area. And since everybody knew where he was, it made that little area hot to land into. Like, you had to kill like maybe 9 people before you could even get to the Predator because everybody's just looking around for it or even killing you. Made a pretty exciting couple days, but we got it. I got it in the bag, and it was a good time. But yeah, that's basically for me for gaming news. There's been a bunch of pushbacks on movies. Like I saw, A Quiet Place 2 has been pulled from its May idea down to at the end of the year stuff. I mean, I guess we knew it was going to come. I mean, it kind of stinks, but also, COVID's here, still around, still lurking, but we're trying to contain it. We're trying to see what's going on, but no one listens. So we'll see about that. But I do want to say today the King Kong versus Godzilla trailer came out, and it looked beautiful. I like the whole sound, and then also the rumored, if you look very closely, it sounds like there might be a rumored of Mecha Godzilla might be in this to be like the reason why they band together, work together, some shit. I will admit also, it seems like Warner Brothers likes to make the same story just rewrapped and packaged. Like the idea of having Godzilla and King Kong fight, and then they're like, oh wait, we have to fight this bigger thing. Kind of like how Superman and Batman and Someone said Martha, then we gotta fight Doomsday. Shit. So, but it looked really good. I don't want to talk down on it yet till I see it, because obviously the human part of the newest Godzillas has always been the weakest spot, and not even in a bad way, because no one cares about humans in a monster flick, especially with the name of Godzilla and King Kong as your monsters. But I'm interested in like King Kong. There's a little green spot on his collar when he's on the boat. What is that shit? What's up with him and the little girl? King Kong. And then what is up with, again, I want to know who is running Mechagodzilla. I don't think Warner Bros. Has the balls to do 60s, 70s style Godzilla and say like Aliens or some shit. So I'm trying to figure out who it's going to be. There's also big rumors. I don't want to spoil it all. It's literally been hours for the since it was revealed. I know I spoiled the idea of Mechagodzilla, but I could tell you like the whole this isn't it inside the Mechagodzilla to explain like what the past two movies have done. So I don't want to spoil that part. But yeah. Also, episode 3 of WandaVision came out, and I still like it. This one has been, I would say, better than the other two. Not because of in color, but also, I ain't gonna lie, the 70s jokes maybe was going so fast, it felt, oh my god, this is rough, but it was the most one that pushed most of the story, because we'll spoil it here a little bit. Wanda obviously got pregnant at episode 2, but within episode 3, she gave birth to twins. So that's how fast, and something like it shows clearly something is going on. It also shows that Wanda does know she has a little bit of control in this town, because at the end of the episode, she basically wipes that Monica Rambeau out of West Side, or West View, whatever the fuck the town is called, but took her out of the whole little thing she's created. And at the end, you see her in a field, and a bunch of cars come out, and assuming it's Sword. But yeah, and then also more interesting thing is like the neighbors know, they can just tell things ain't right. Like Caitlin Hahn's character was talking with their neighbor, who's I think Ralph. No, not Ralph, but just this black guy who is their neighbor, who was sawing through their concrete little sidewall. Like, hey, careful, you're going a little past your hedges. Oh, I guess so. And you find out that the neighbors knew that Monica was an invader of this little bubble. But it just seems very interesting. Still wrapping its idea of this mystery. Still not answering no questions yet. But it's still okay. I'm still feeling promise from the show. I know some people say, fuck this show already. But I still am on the fence of like, just give it some time. I want to see the full season before I say if this was dog poop or not. And also, for another quick show review, because we've done for the Hot Picks Cousin Cecil show, Euphoria's part 2 with Jules came out, and that was pretty well. I would say Ruse is a little bit better, but also it's just because I feel Ruse came out and it was doing that narrative, like play conversation, kind of giving you an overlay of the times we are living in today. But Jules is clearly the one that is trying to set you up for season 2 and explaining what happened in season 1 in her eyes, and the idea that her part pushed the story into season 2 the best. It probably had the probably quote unquote better ending, since it obviously leaves you on a hanger for season 2. But it was really good. I really hope everybody will go on HBO Max and even watch this one, or even watch the whole season of Euphoria before they even tell us when season 2 comes out, since this COVID stuff has been messing up with scheduling, like, times to film it and all that stuff. But I just still, kudos to whoever casts people for shows. They nail it on the head each time. Oh man, it's still amazing. But yeah, and then I think that's about it for me this week. I know it's gonna be short and sweet. Don't let it fool you because of me, quote unquote, rushing it to the finish line right now. It's just been kind of a slow burner week for me, in the sense of maybe keeping up and but I just talked about the stories I care about, and obviously just been one of those weird winter things. But yeah, this week's hot picks for music. I lucked out. I got to find a track way earlier in the week because of I was dabbling through TikTok, and this person was highlighting new bands that won't, quote unquote, hopefully don't suck. And this song is called Self-Medicated, from the band Until I Wake. And they just started being a band, and tomorrow, or the day you listen to it, on the 25th of January, will be their 1-year anniversary of being a band. And I like the song Self-Medicated. They have a couple, like an EP with maybe 4 songs, 5 songs. And they're all pretty good, but it's a band that hits home because it makes me feel like I'm back in high school, because it's a emo, angsty band. But it's a really good punk band. Until I Wake, Self-Medicated. Movies. Oh boy. I think my fiance is going to be surprised I picked it, but I'm picking for this week this movie called Our Friend. It is a rental movie. You can't buy it just yet. It's one of those home premieres, so it was $20 to rent. And it stars Jason Segel, Casey Affleck, and Dakota Johnson. Yeah, Johnson. The girl from 50 Shades of Grey. But it is a real tearjerker about stuff. It's about, long story short, it's about this trio. Casey and Dakota are married, and Jason Segel is their best friend. And it shows how they meet, and the idea of Dakota's character gets cancer, and how they come together and help each other with this whole situation. Apparently, this is based on a true story, and you can read the real story from, there's an Esquire article called The Friend, but obviously the movie is called Our Friend. And it was a real tearjerker, and I'm not going to lie about here, but I did cry a lot. I don't know why. Just probably a rush, and then being a person that it just was it was a good cry to make me feel it was good, and it made me go through the rest of the couple of days since. I've been feeling pretty good just because I get that, those bad feelings out. But yeah, and then comics. For comics, The Other History of the DC Universe issue 2 comes out, and it involves I can't remember who, the Guardian and his girl, his wife, who was in the Titans. I just can't remember her name offhand. And then for a more indie comic, just it looked like I saw Dead End Kids issue 1. Looked interesting. If you guys will check them out. But yeah, until next time, follow me on Twitter at MikeFowler93, twitch.tv/Cousin Cecil, CUZNCISEAL. Then also, I forgot to also mention, Warner Brothers, please don't do this. Do not make a sequel series of the animated Batman series. Just let it live. Just let it be a nice, well package. We don't need more. But yeah, until next time, Hopefully I'll have more time hopefully there'll be more news or maybe more interesting news I can look into. I'm still in that weird vacation stuff. I haven't been taking notes for the show. I've just been kind of running this off. But yeah, thank you guys. Till next time, be good to each other. Peace.